If you're like most people, you probably have some assumptions about anger management, who goes to anger management, what you learn, and it might be one of the reasons that's holding you back from getting the help that you need. So today I'm going to explore 5 myths about anger management. Hey everyone, I'm Cody Mitz. I'm a licensed professional counselor and I specialize in anger management counseling. And I've been doing a series on anger management, and today I want to talk about 5 myths or 5 common misconceptions that there are about anger management. Now, thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, hope you'll give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and of course subscribe if you'd like to get some more of our videos. Now let's dive in. Myth number 1 is that anger management is only for people who have court orders, who are forced to get counseling, and the reality is that the majority of the people that I work with are here because they want to be here. They want to get their own help. Now, it's not to say that there's not people that are required to do anger management. That is something that exists, but the majority of people that I work with and probably a lot of other places really are for people who want to get better, who want to see their anger improve. So I think that's a common concern or maybe even a fear that people have, especially if they're going to join an anger management group. There's a fear that, everybody there is going to, be angry, not going to want to be there every week. Really, the groups that we have, everyone loves to be there. Now, myth number 2 is that only men go to anger management. Now, I would say that there probably are more men that come to get help from me for anger management, but it definitely is not true that women don't struggle with anger. One of the things we talk about all the time in anger management is that everyone experiences anger. It's a universal human emotion. So whether you're a man or a woman, you're still going to experience this emotion. I think there's probably a number of things that influence why there's more men that come to anger management. The obvious one is just culturally, it's more accepted maybe that men express the emotion of anger, and I think a lot of times there's more shame or more fear for women to admit that they're struggling with the emotion of anger. But I think it's really important that women know that there are a lot of other women that are seeking out help for anger, and that there are a lot of women who go to anger management counseling. Myth number 3 is that anger is a bad emotion. Now, the reason I say this is one of the myths is because it's one of the reasons that a lot of people struggle with anger. If you believe that anger is a bad emotion, you're going to do a couple of things. One, you're probably going to avoid it. So you're going to try not to let your anger come out ever, and so you do what we call stuffing or repressing anger, and really that causes a problem because that emotion then just builds and builds and builds until there's this big explosion. So the common myth that anger is a bad emotion is actually really harmful and can do a lot of damage. So one of the things that we talk a lot about in anger management is learning how to let anger be a healthy emotion. Even if there's good anger that can exist, what does that look like? How can we develop that in our lives? So it's important, I think, to really understand that anger is not a bad or an unhealthy emotion. Again, it's a normal emotion. It's a normal part of being a human being. Myth number 4 is that people that go to anger management are going to be scary, or that an anger management group is going to be really scary because it's going to be a room full of really violent people, and that is not true. Anger, again, I've said it several times, anger affects everyone, and really a lot of the people that I see who struggle with anger are people that you would never expect go to an anger management class. Now, there's a number of reasons for that, but I think it's really important that we talk about and kind of get rid of the myth that angry people or people that go to anger management are these really scary, dangerous people. In fact, one of the things that I see a lot as a counselor is that people that struggle with anger can actually be very super nice people. Some people call it the nice guy syndrome. So it's sometimes men and women who actually struggle to let this emotion out in a healthy way on a regular basis. And it accumulates, it builds, so you could be super nice, you could be super friendly, but every once in a while you have this major explosion, and it's because you're, again, kind of suppressing this emotion. So it's important to dispel the myth that angry people are scary or dangerous people. And myth number 5 is simply that some people believe we can't change our anger, that it's just a part of who we are, it's a part of our personality. Part of anger management is really understanding what it is, and the basic idea is that anger is an emotion. So just like any emotion, we can change how it functions in our life, we can change the way that it works, we can change what it's doing in our life, and there's a number of things that we can explore to understand, well, why is this emotion doing what it's doing? So it's really important that we realize that anger can be changed. It's not just a part of our personality and who we are, and that we're stuck with it for life. There are a lot of people who can see a lot of great change through therapy, through counseling, and through good work on their anger. Now, I hope that these 5 examples have given you a good idea of some of the common myths about anger and anger management. I think there's a lot of misunderstandings. Again, there's assumptions. You've probably had some idea about what anger management, maybe from the media, maybe from our culture, maybe you've watched movies about anger management, and sometimes they're not very accurate, and they paint a bad picture of anger management, anger counseling, and it can cause a lot of shame, or it can cause a lot of fear about getting help that you might really need to improve your anger. Now, if you liked this video, again, we hope that you'll leave some comments down below if you have questions, things that you'd like answered. And if you subscribe, you'll get some more great videos from us. Thanks for watching, everybody.